In this video, I'm going to walk you through why I use other people's money to buy YIELDMAX funds. So what I have here is my Interactive Brokers statement, and I've done it for August the 1st to yesterday, which is December the 27th, 2024. And I started getting into buying YIELDMAX funds at a decent rate from August. I did have some prior to August, but August is when I really started to ramp up in buying YIELDMAX funds. And what I've done is purchase YIELDMAX funds through margin, i.e. other people's money, i.e. Interactive Brokers' money. So I've borrowed money from Interactive Brokers to go buy these high yield dividend stocks that pay me dividends every single month. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at how much interest that I've occurred throughout this time and how much dividends I've made throughout this time. And you'll easily see why I don't use my own money and I use Interactive Brokers' money to buy high dividend stocks. So if you like the sound of that, all else for that is smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. So we're going to look at the interest first. Now, before I open the interest tab, I generally borrow anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000. It will range on the months because as the dividends come in, it goes straight into the cash balance, which brings that margin number down. And then I'll go buy some more YIELDMAX in the next month or what have you. So what we're doing is, if we look at the interest now, because I'm based in the UK, I have a GBP currency balance and a USD currency balance. And what you can see here is in the GBP number, I'm getting credited interest every single month. And the reason for that is that I have a positive GBP balance. So I think it's around 10k pounds, something along those lines, of money that I've got inside my UK GBP section. And you can see here that when it's all said and done, from August onwards, it's fairly consistent between 33, 34, 40, 42. And it's gone up every single month because obviously I'm getting paid interest on that balance and it keeps compounding from there. Again, these aren't huge numbers, but again, it's all to take into account why I borrow money. So that works out as around £184, which converted into USD during the period of August to December, I've accumulated $239.07, which again, for money just sitting there doing nothing, I would quite easily take $239 over a 4-5 month period. Now, this is where it starts getting a bit interesting. Is I did have a positive USD balance, but then you can see here, this is when I started to borrow money from YIELDMAX. And you can see here that the cost of the margin was $18, $62.80 in September. In October, it was $78.88, $80, now $67. And you can see that the numbers range because, as I mentioned before, it depends how much YIELDMAX or how much money I borrow to buy YIELDMAX funds versus how much dividends is coming in through the door, and it kind of nets itself out. So if you look at the last 3 months, you got 78, 80, 67, right? So again, if you average those numbers out, it's probably about, $75 a month that I'm borrowing or getting charged interest on for the money that I borrowed. And again, it ranges between 15 to 20k dollars, and it's costing me around $75 a month to hold that money. So if you think about it, the total of that during that period from August to December is $305. So I made $239 just by holding cash in my GBP balance, and the amount of interest is $305. So net those two out, I've only paid $66. We're not even taking into account the dividends. We'll show you the dividends in a second, but even if you don't include the dividends, is to hold between 15 to 20k dollars of margin is costing me a total between August to December $66, which again is absolutely crazy just to borrow that amount of much money, and the cost for me borrowing it is only $66, which is absolutely crazy. So as it stands at the moment, I borrowed some money, 15 to 20 grand, varies, and at the moment it's costing me $66. So how much dividends have I made throughout that time to have interest of $66? I've made $8,776. And again, you guys have seen my other videos with CONY, tsly, ULTY, etc., etc. You guys can see here that we have absolutely smashed it in terms of the dividends from August to December. And I will be doing a full recap video as well as a full December video in the coming weeks, so make sure you stick around for that. But you can see here that I made $8,776 and it's costing me $66 in that time period between August and December to control $15 to $20K. So this is why I don't use my own cash. I've got a GBV balance there that I can buy the funds with, but I choose not to, and I just borrow the money instead because it's really, really cheap to do so. So again, even if you take November, it cost me $67, and I got £40, which is probably about $50, right? So the difference is about $17 in that 1 month during November just to borrow between 15 and 20 grand. So this is why I do what I do. And I then go into growth funds and all these other good things as well to help me in terms of growing my portfolio, because YIELDMAX will not grow your portfolio. If anything, it will decline. So I'm very much aware of that, which is why I'm doing this by borrowing other people's money to do that, to get it self-sustaining. And then I'll make enough money to keep buying more and more YIELDMAX funds. So it's now on autopilot, which is pretty much there now. It's just I need to get it a bit quicker. But this is what I wanted to show you, that throughout August and December, I borrow. The interest that I'm charged is $66, but the dividends I made is 8.7K. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're getting charged interest and all this type of stuff." Don't worry about the interest if it's going to cost you $66 in interest, but you get 8.7K. Which one would you do? So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. This is why I do what I do. Check out the pinned comment down below, which goes through my whole strategy around YIELDMAX and high growth to grow the portfolio and also get passive income. And I should see you guys in the next video.